back to Coder Conversations. What's been going on, man?
Oh, nothing much, man. Nothing much. Enjoying the evening for the most part. Playing a couple of games. Playing Have a Nice Death right now. It's fun. It's fun. It doesn't really tell you a lot, so I gotta like figure
Hmm.
out like, what certain things do and stuff. But I like that about games. Like
Okay, so
I
you
think
kind of
every
like where they just let you figure it out by yourself, not handhold you.
yeah. Like exactly. Like
Hmm.
just like back in the day when it was like, all right, like say Super Mario 64, for example. They
Yeah,
just toss you in the world, and there's a castle, and there's a bunch of stuff that you can do outside, but you just go to the castle, and then one thing leads to the next. You kind of figure out the game from there.
yeah. You might like tune it then because they don't really tell you much. You gotta
Tell you
find
much.
like these little manuals on the
Hmm.
ground, and they look at it and they kind of give you hints, but they don't really. Game just gives you an open world and lets you go at it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll check it out. But did you see? Oh, did you see the Xbox Game Conference or the Summer Games Fest?
No, I missed it, but I kind of read about it. It didn't really seem to have that much of interest. But that new Ninja Turtles game, I think that's coming out on
Next week,
this month.
16th.
Yeah,
Yep. Next week, the
are
16th.
you grabbing that? Or?
I think I'm gonna get it. I think I'll check it out.
Yeah.
That one actually looks fun. I had that on my wish list for a while on Steam, and I was always wondering
Mhm.
like, where is it? Where is it? And then
Yeah, it was taking a while to release that.
yeah, the crazy thing is it has six player
Six
co-op
player.
all at once, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's insane.
Is it like local or is it like local or multi? Like just online?
No, I think it's probably gonna be online. Like,
And do they have like cross play? If they do, then I might.
wait, how do you? I mean, because it's coming out for Steam and it's coming out for
Xbox,
Switch.
Switch.
I would imagine it's probably going to come out for the other consoles too.
Yeah, it's
Um,
gonna be on Game Pass actually.
okay, crossplay. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. How that would work with crossplay, because Sony's really difficult to work with when it comes to crossplay.
I think
They said they don't make any money.
Sony's kind of like the regressive one in the industry now. They used to be a little more progressive, but for whatever reason,
Yeah,
they're not as progressive as they used to be.
yeah. The way that they explained it was like they don't make any money off of crossplay. So like
Yeah,
adding support for it is just hurting them in the long run. Um,
yeah.
Especially for like higher end games like Fortnite and stuff. Like it's
Mm.
just I think ultimately they're not making a lot of money off of it. Especially like it's a free to play title and you want crossplay. Like where do they get where do they get money from? So
Yeah, I don't think Microsoft necessarily gets it either. The PC, you know what I mean? But they're not like blocking. I think Sony wants to keep everybody locked into their ecosystem, which I mean I don't blame them. But if every other developer is allowing it, they're not. You know, they're
yeah,
kind of in the way.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think there's money obviously involved. You want to provide your customers with a nice experience, but thinking if I was in like Sony's shoes, a lot of the requests that Sony gets on like a day-to-day basis, um, like they want backwards compatibility all the way back to PlayStation One. Like that's a huge request. Like you want to have a console that emulates natively all these past generation consoles.
Mm.
Like you
I
it's not
think the
gonna.
Series X actually does though.
Um, yeah, I
So
think so, but I don't know if all the games are supported. I don't know if all the games are backwards
mm,
compatible. And
Sony has emulators for all the consoles, so they could do it. They just choose not to. Like what Jack Ryan, I think his name. He said, why would people want to play like these old games?" He literally said something along those lines. So
yeah, I mean,
you know,
I really liked the PlayStation 2 when it first came out because it was like, oh, I can just put my PlayStation 1 disc in the thing and I have one console and it plays both games. And then, you know, when you're used to that growing up, it's like, okay, well, I want one console that plays my library of games. Like, I don't want to have to hook up a bunch of different consoles, especially when, you know, the laser
Right.
starts dying on the PS2 or the laser dies on the PS3 or whatever. Like, you could get it fixed, but it would be nice if we just had one console that's just sort of played it all, or at
Yeah.
least like, you know how they have
That's
like
why.
the emulators and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think, what if you just like put the disc in the console and it no longer read from the disc. It just like read whatever it needed to read to see if it was a legit disc or not, and then proceeded to just run off of the hard drive.
Yeah. Honestly, that's why I hope the companies put more of their stuff to PC because PC literally could play all the generations of games. So like just for archival purposes, being able to play these old classics,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
PC.
It's nice. It's nice. Emulators aren't perfect. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, certain games look funny on certain emulators, but
Mm,
like the the fact that you can take like an old game like Kingdom Hearts or something and just upscale it to like eight times the native resolution or four times the native resolution, like
yeah.
it it looks amazing. Like, uh say certain games, age poorly or whatever, but like once you find the right like plugins and stuff, those games can look freaking, they can look great.
Yeah, it's kind of like the beauty of PC. Like you're not locked in whatever they give you. You can modify, make it look better.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
pretty much
did you
do
did
whatever
you
you want.
did you see what happened with the Grand Theft Auto trilogy? um
Mm,
so like what happened when Rockstar released that new trilogy or whatever, they delisted um
yeah, yeah, I heard about it.
the
The
original
repo.
games, right?
Yeah.
The thing is but before the Grand Theft Auto trilogy got announced, Rockstar, or take I forget, Take Two or Rockstar, whoever makes the games, they went and they DMCA'd a lot of these projects that were like
Mm,
taking the old games, right, and like HDifying the old classic games like GTA 3 and stuff. Bless you.
yeah. Thanks. But
And
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
kind of messed up, man. But like if you, I feel like if you're really doing a good job, you wouldn't have to take down the fan version. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
yours would be better. And,
yeah,
I don't know. Most people don't want to mod games. Like they just want to put the thing in and play it. So
yeah, yeah, exactly. But I mean, there's some mods out there for games that just look like crazy. They look like
mm,
they've taken they they've taken like you can tell that they're passionate about the game. It's not just a cash grab. It's not just,
yeah,
I just slapped this together real quick. Here's the mod. Boom, done.
mm,
It's it's like a labor of love, and it's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, and in
Nintendo's
some
like
cases,
kind of
but
Nintendo's kind of like that too. Like where they just take the fan stuff down and kind of
oh
like
yeah,
why do fans keep making Nintendo fan projects which is gonna get knocked down? Like
yeah. I don't know.
I guess it's with the notoriety.
Maybe, maybe. That happens a lot with like Mario games and like
Mm,
Super Smash Brothers as well. Like there's like modified versions of Super Smash Brothers that people are running and stuff. I don't know if
I
you've heard
never
of
seen that.
hmm,
Like I've never seen that. What do they add to Super Smash Brothers? Like any
so
unique?
they'll change things like move properties. They'll add like wave dashing back into the game. They'll
Mm,
remove like tripping. A lot of the things that they'll basically just rebalance the game in their own like competitive
mm,
way, and even like go so far as like adding characters.
right.
Um, and so, the competitive scene will take that game and they'll have tournaments for it and run tournaments for that. And when Nintendo finds out, they strike the content, they take it down.
Mm,
Um, and I think it has to do with the fact that um, because they don't make any money off that, right? Like if I was to take like if I wanted to download that version of the game, I don't have to go out, get a GameCube, get a disc, modify it some which way. It's just I can download the Dolphin emulator, download the modified version of the game. It's all
Hmm.
free, and I
Yeah.
think that's really where Nintendo just doesn't like
I think
the that type of people.
Nintendo likes their IP being used anywhere. Like,
Oh, you're breaking up. Okay, you're back now.
y'all say like like Nintendo, they're just like super strict IPs. Like they don't like people using it. Period. Like even the fan made projects.
Yeah,
These guys spent years working on it. Like what you could have done was reach out to them and say, "Hey, this is really good.
yeah,
Let's give you some funding and we'll make a official game out of it." Like
yeah,
Sega did with Sonic Mania instead of saying,
yep.
"We don't
I
want
was just
you to
thinking
do it.
that. Yeah, I
Destroy
was
your
just thinking
work."
that. Yeah, yeah. I think
And,
it all comes down to like understanding, like really understanding what the community wants.
yeah.
Like it's like take Sonic for example. Like Sonic Mania did really well, I think. But then I think the guy who did Sonic Mania, I think he's having trouble getting a job now or something like that. I read somewhere that like after Sonic Mania, uh, like it was like a flash in the pan. He was like, okay, this is my ticket,
Yeah.
and it didn't really take him that far. He's kind of back to square one. I think what game companies can probably do now is like look at these fan projects, see the potential, and like bring these people on. Like they
Mm,
care, they clearly care about the product. They care about the experience. Like why try to compete with that, right? Like just like
yeah.
with GTA, the GTA Definitive Edition, right? Like it's apples and oranges, and
Like when these companies get big, they're just more about corporate policy. They don't think, it's like they don't want to think outside the box. Like, no, this
yeah,
legally we can't do this. Let's just shut it down. Like instead
yeah,
of because
yeah.
he made
Everything
the
has to
best
be
Sonic game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
to me, Sega is kind of interesting. Like it seems like among little kids, like Sega's kind of slowly overtaking Mario. Like a lot of people really like Sonic, like the Sonic
yeah.
movie. You know.
Yeah, we'll see how that Mario movie does. I don't know how I feel about it. Well, we'll see how it does though.
I don't even know they had a new one coming out. Is it like live action or is it like 3D?
We don't know yet. But Chris Pratt is playing Mario. Seth Green is playing Donkey Kong. Keegan Michael Key is in there somewhere, and a couple of other celebrities. Um, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about that casting. It seems a little all over
Hmm.
the place, but we'll see. We'll see how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think like Nintendo, they're just kind of they know they got the kid market on lock, so they could just do whatever, and you have to accept it. Like
Right. Yeah. Now that makes sense. But I mean, if you have it on lock, right? Why not give your customers something that they're going to enjoy? For
right.
example, right? Like if like something that people have asked for a long time is like we want to be able to play like emulators, right? Like for example, we want to play GameCube games on our Switch. We want to play GBA games on our Switch. We want to play SNES games. Uh, but the issue that I've noticed is that if I buy something on the Wii Shop or the Nintendo eShop, it doesn't carry over into the
Yeah.
next console. That makes no sense to me. Like I've bought it once. Like if I think Xbox does this really well, right? Where if I
Carry
buy the
over the
game
game.
once, I,
Yeah.
I, I own it, and I can, I think if I probably bought an Xbox Series X, the DLC that I
Then you
bought
can't.
for Xbox 360 games are still available. It's tied to my account.
Right. And a lot of the games they have like like the free upgrades. Like okay, you bought
Yeah.
One X version, and then you
Hmm.
get the free upgrade to the Series X version.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Microsoft they're really good on that front.
Yeah.
Nintendo, I would say they have the worst record. Like if you don't once the Wii U shop goes down and you don't re-download it, everything it's just on.
Yeah. It's gone.
And
Yeah. Yeah. And I would say that makes sense. I can't see a company unless they are like Amazon, right? I can't see a company sort of keeping those servers running indefinitely. Like eventually, like a lot of the DLC shops like are gonna go away. Like with Sony with the Vita and PS3 shop and all that stuff. Like eventually, it has to be
I
let
think those
go.
are still up though. I think
Yeah,
you can still, yeah.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
but they were.
it just
Hmm?
takes a little more extra space on the server, like to store those files. So Nintendo's just greedy, man. That's what I think.
I'm,
Because on the Wii U, you could literally the emulators were actually on the machine, and you could buy the ROMs like Metroid and all of that. Now they hid it behind a subscription service. Like,
right. Yeah. I, ultimately, I just feel like if I just feel like if a company really wanted to really like please their fan base, like there's no
mhm,
reason to hide things behind a subscription service,
yeah,
right? Like we talked about this in a past episode. Everybody has a frequent subscription service nowadays, right?
hmm
Like I don't want to be nickel and dimed. Like if I pick up this controller, right? I don't want to be like, oh, if I like I can't use the other half of this controller because I didn't pay $5.99
yeah,
to use the triangle button or the square button. Like I just want to buy it and own it. Like actually own it. We're getting to a point where we don't own
you got to
things.
pay the subscription. Like that's
Yeah.
you got to
Speaking of
constantly.
speaking of subscriptions, with the that you heard about that Xbox game TV streaming app?
Yeah, you told me about it, but I haven't like really looked into it. So it's just like you can just play games. Like it's an app built into the TV, and you can play cloud games or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's an app built into the TV. They're bringing it to Samsung TVs. I think it's this year. They're bringing it to Samsung TVs. It's not out yet, but um, yeah, it's crazy. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get into that market that Stadia had, but
Hmm
like avoid all of the extra, like buying the Stadia controller and all that other stuff,
Yeah,
right? Like just they've already got the platform with the Xbox Live Game Pass. Why not just integrate it into the TV and have it streamed that way? Like that's a really
yeah.
smart idea. Like
And it kind
if
of gives them ability to get into the living room, a bunch of living room.
yeah, without the console, like that's super smart. Like I don't know what the
Like
performance is going to be like.
with Game Pass, they already have like streaming, like cloud gaming.
Hmm.
It's pretty good, but you could still tell like you see artifacts and sometimes it gets a
Yeah,
little lag. It's
yeah,
playable.
right, exactly. It's not like I don't think it's we're not at a point where it's like going to be perfect. But
Yeah,
you remember, was it on live and Ouya? I think they tried to do like video
Mhm.
game streaming like way back in the day, and
Yeah,
it didn't really jump off. But now like with like AWS servers and like actual cloud gaming, like I could see it like in the
hmm
next maybe 10 to 20 years, like it being a really powerful thing.
yeah. I think it's like really good for places like hotels or something. Like you want to play a game, just bring your controller and the TV has the gaming service built in.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't really know how much it would really affect the home market because people they want that instantaneous performance from a console, but I could see it like like hotels and place like like a bar or something like
right.
you know you got a little TV there. You could just
Yeah,
play your game.
but it's the home experience. It's all dependent on like the internet speed, right?
Yeah,
If you have a really slow internet connection, like I wouldn't be surprised if the game just performed like poorly, especially if it's a large game or like a very highly animated like graphics and stuff. They have to solve that problem of like resolutions, obviously, like what like checking the downstream. Okay,
mm-hmm.
you can download at this speed. How much resolution should I try to pump out to this person's TV and still try to make it look good?
Yeah.
Um,
You it's kind of like that dynamic resolution thing, like with YouTube, like it kind of auto
yeah,
detects. Oh, it's 320p or
yeah,
720.
yeah, exactly.
Experience is decent, man. I think they got a Xbox Game Pass on PC. You can try it out
Yeah,
if you really want.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a good.
I've been having weird internet issues. So like
Yeah,
sometimes like things will freeze. Like my PC will be fine, but my laptop will freeze, or like my TV will freeze. And
yeah,
I'm just at this point, I'm going back to old school. Give me a disc, pop it in, and
yeah.
just read the disc. Like,
It's kind of weird, man. I don't know if it's like the quality of the people that work at these ISPs is just going down, or is it more so like uh, you know, they're throttling, like, oh, he's using so much bandwidth, let's slow him down.
yeah, I could see that. I'm probably throttled. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see that. Damn. I never thought about it like that. Oh man.
Because like they can't do that these days. It's like legal now for like depending on what you're doing, they can like slow down your internet connection or speed it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang. That sucks.
Yeah, man,
Oh
it's
well.
crazy, man. But you know what's interesting? Did you see that thing about GameStop where the whole store quit? Everybody, the entire staff in that store quit. They just put a sign up and
Uh, I haven't heard about GameStop, but I have heard about like there are other places. Like I've seen McDonald's. Somebody will put a
mm,
sign on the little drive-through speaker, say "We all quit."
yeah,
Um, yeah, a lot of places are like hiring right now, or like they're short-staffed.
yeah.
It's rough.
The employees are getting a lot bolder. That's what's so crazy. Like I would have never imagined, the whole store just quitting, a few years ago. Like I wonder what's made everybody so bold. I guess, it's just getting fed up.
Yeah, I think I think it's just like there's a lot of stress that just like compounds on
Yeah.
top of like things like with gas prices being high, freaking food prices being high. We can't find baby formula. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. I'm just kind of going off
They
like things in the
yeah,
past.
they said they got some from Germany, like a bunch of tons of it.
Okay.
But they said a new shortage item is tampons. So yeah, it's like
Okay. All right. We're just
we're in
gonna
some weird times, man.
merry-go-round of shortages. I heard we're about to hit a shortage on sriracha. I just read
Man, I
something
wouldn't
on
be
that.
surprised. Like, but like, how is everything shorting out altogether? Like, I don't really understand. Like, how does
Yeah.
that happen?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about stocking back up on like water and canned goods, man, because you could do without sriracha, you could do without baby formula to an extent, like, but you can't just do without water or just
Yeah.
food.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember like when things were first getting crazy, everybody was buying tons
Mm,
of everything. Like, oh, we need all this water. We need all this,
yeah,
just whatever, just pallets of stuff. It's like, dude, like,
yeah, to get it now and beat the rush.
yeah. I mean, I'll stock up on things. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna buy pallets of stuff. Like, I'll stock up on toilet paper or
Yeah,
like
the
paper
essential stuff.
towels. Like Yeah, exactly, like essential stuff. But I'm not gonna stock up on things that are perishable. Like that's just dumb. That doesn't make sense to me.
Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, like, you know, what's the danger of having a bunch of water and food on hand? You know, if nothing happens, you just eat it and use it. So
Yeah,
it's like less
yeah,
trips to the store.
yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah. Um, but man,
but yeah,
a shortage
I think
on.
you know, like you say, like they're not making enough money, so they're like, man, you know, $7 back then, you know, it wasn't a lot of money, but at least you could have gotten way more than you can now. So you know, them making $7 now is more like maybe them making $3, you know, back then.
In
So it's like
regards to
why
what? I'm
inflation?
sorry. Okay. Yeah.
So you like I'm saying, you know, like 15 years ago, making $7 minimum wage, that was you could get a lot more than you can
Yeah.
now. Like at
Yeah.
seven, it's like more like a $3 now.
Yep.
You know, with the price of gas, like can they some people can't even get a gallon of gas after an hour of work.
Yeah. No, that's tough. It's brutal. You know what I'm thinking about right now? What if metro prices, like bus fare prices, have probably gone up
Yeah,
too
yeah, they
to
have to.
to compensate for the gas? Dang.
You know, man, I almost thought about getting a motorcycle.
Yeah. What's up with that? That was random.
Yeah, because I seen a post on Instagram. It said like in Laredo, Texas, gas prices like $7 a gallon. I think that's for the basic, you know,
Hmm.
normal stuff. So I'm like, I got a Camaro. I don't want to be driving that around with $7 a gallon gas. It's like you got to use premium for one, and it's a gas hog. It just like drinks
Yeah.
gas like cool.
Nah.
So
That makes me not want to get a new car. Like I still have my O2
yeah,
Honda Civic, and like my sister makes fun of me, but $40 used to fill my tank, and I told her I'm never gonna put more than $40 in the tank. I don't care how much gas it gets me. I'm never gonna put more than $40. So
right,
now $40 gets me half a tank,
yeah,
but I'm not driving around the world.
exactly. It's kind of like what I thought about like a motorcycle, something a little more gas efficient, but that's dangerous too.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Like the only difference is like you still gotta do the Camaro to get groceries and do whatever else.
Yeah,
Yeah, unless you're
yeah.
gonna haul groceries on the back of your motorcycle.
But you know, like it said, I want to go to Chipotle or something. That's where I would use the
Yeah.
motorcycle.
Okay.
But they also have like different ones, like three wheel. It's kind of like a motorcycle slash car hybrid. Have you heard of like a
I,
Can-Am Spider?
I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen people driving around them.
What do you think about those?
They look weird. They look like I don't know, man. Like it
A
looks
little different.
it looks different.
Or Polaris Slingshot. Have you seen
Yeah, it's
those?
just I've seen the slingshot. Yeah, it's just like there used to be a car show back over like in LA that I would always pass by, and they would have like low riders and stuff. And
Mhm.
at one they had a bunch of people with those three wheel
Yeah,
I don't know what to call them,
Slingshots.
bikes, cars. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like they had a bunch of people that had them, like two or three really, and I was like, wow, it's really popular. Like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
imagine, but it's popular.
I think it's kind of like fits like that niche in between bike and car. Like motorcycles, like dangerous, kind of unstable. Like
Yeah,
if you want to turn, sometimes you got to kind of tilt a little bit. Like people don't
yeah,
really want to do that.
yeah.
So those kind of have like the three wheels. So it's car like in its I guess steering, but
Hmm.
kind of got a motorcycle feel too because like the air is just blowing on your face.
I would just roll down the window. I would just, I got my car. Let me just roll down the window. If I want to feel air in my face. Yeah, but
So,
I
so
guess
if you did get your new car, you getting like an electric or
I'd probably get an electric car. Yeah,
maybe a hybrid.
yeah. I'll probably get a hybrid car or an electric car, just because like I've ridden in a Prius, and it's nice. Don't get me
Okay.
wrong. I just don't like the way it looks. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't look. It just looks funny to me. And now they're coming out with electric cars that actually look like
Yeah.
cars. Well, to me, it looks like what a car should look like.
Yeah,
Um,
you know, with the electric cars, they used to make them look like really weird, like overly round, kind of
yeah,
like
yeah,
nobody wants to drive that. But yeah, man, if you got a new car, like how much of a car payment would you be comfortable with? Maybe like 300 or 400.
yeah. Three. I'd probably try to stay within the $300 range. Like
Mm,
$400, I'd have to really like the car and like have to justify it.
yeah,
But yeah, $300, I would stick in that range just because I don't want to get to a point where like I look up and it's like, damn, I gotta pay for this. I gotta like, oh, I have money, and then you, oh well, I gotta pay for this car note. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, think I got like about 2 more years on mine, so I got like 20,000 left. So once I'm
dang.
done with that, man, I'm gonna be happy. My car
Yeah.
payment's almost like 900 a month.
What?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
So
I couldn't do it.
yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm not I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, for especially for a car that you don't want to drive.
Yeah, exactly. You know, at times like these, sports cars, they always go down. Like just suck up so much gas, man.
Yeah. Same thing with like the Hummers, Hummer style
Uh,
cars and Escalades. Like I'd hate to drive one of those.
oh man. What about a truck? I was thinking about getting a truck. You know, they got some utility, but those are
I've thought
gas
about
guzzlers.
it. I've thought about it. Um, but I just don't have the utility for it right now. Like maybe if I'm
Hmm.
moving, right? Like
Yeah.
you know, put all my stuff in the back, drive or whatever. That's cool, but I don't have the utility right now. Like it's just
Right.
there's no need for me to drive a truck. Yeah.
How often do you drive in a week? Like,
Uh, I mean, like my sister started a new job, but it's super close. Like it's almost like
uh,
around the corner, down the street
yeah.
type deal, like 5 minutes away.
Hmm.
So it's not like I'm driving very far.
Yeah.
So, but every day, for the most part, Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday, I'm driving. Um, but again, it's not like I'm I'm going far. I'm traveling far. I think in
Hmm.
2 weeks I can like a tank of gas can last me maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yep.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Have you heard of an e-bike? That I think it's kind of like a mix, like you could pedal to recharge the battery, but you can.
Yeah. I think I've seen
I don't know
those.
how I feel about those, man.
A couple of people have them in this apartment, and they're cool. They're cool. I think
Mm,
like I've seen them in person, and I've seen them like on YouTube and stuff. I feel like
yeah.
if you're gonna bike places and like there's one guy that I watch, and I think he's in New York, and he uses it to get around. Um,
Mm,
and I've also seen like the boosted boards and stuff like with the batteries and stuff like that. I think it's really
yeah.
cool if you can't drive, right? If you can't drive and you don't want to
Mhm.
take a bus or a train, like that's a really nice compromise.
Yeah, I guess it's for people that don't want to get like all sweaty when they're, going biking to work because
Yeah.
you can max. I think once you hit like 15 miles an hour, the motor kind of stops. Like,
Mm,
they don't want you like going faster than that. So it's like you're riding the bike really fast, but it's not
yeah.
like motorcycle or car or anything.
Yeah. That's smart.
So like what I'm kind of figure like what instance would you just get a motorcycle over that? Like, you know what I mean?
Uh, I I mean, if I wanted a bike and I needed to get on like the freeway or something, I
Mm,
like that would justify me getting a motorcycle
yeah,
over the electric bike. The electric bike I can only see being useful to like it's a bike. Like treat it like a regular bike. Like don't treat it like
yeah,
a vehicle because it's not right. Especially if it tops out at
like 15,
15
yeah.
or whatever. Like it's not going to be. You get on the freeway and you might as well just like pack
Oh,
it
you
up.
can't
Like
even get on the freeway. Yeah,
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 and yeah, I would say yeah, like just like treat it like a bike. Treat it like a regular bike, and don't treat it like an actual motorcycle because it's not.
'Cause I think what e-bikes are what like couple of thousand.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive. They're pretty expensive.
So you know what I mean. Like a motorcycle is only a cup like 5,000. So
Yeah, but then you still need the license. There's still a couple of more hoops you got to jump through. I think the e-bike is just a regular bike again. Oh, I think Kevin got disconnected. Yep.
yeah, the stream cut out, man. Got throttled or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what was I saying? Uh,
We're talking about like motorcycles versus e-bikes and like when you
yeah.
would get one
There's a
over the
couple.
other.
There's a couple of hoops you still got to jump through to actually get the motorcycle right. You can't just go out and buy
Yeah.
one. You got to get the license and everything else. Plus, you got to get
Hmm.
gear. You got to get a helmet. You got to get gear to wear with it. Unless you just want to ride it without the proper uh, safety measures or whatever, you can do that
Yeah.
too. But I think it's a little bit more than the couple of grand that you're saying. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's kind of like why people are going to the Can-Am Spider or whatever. You don't need a motorcycle license for that.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
but it still kind of carries a risk of a motorcycle since like if you hit something, you fly off.
Yeah,
You're in a
yeah.
trouble.
You got to be careful. You got to be smart. You got to be smart and
Right.
and a good driver.
Because Brian, he was telling me like he used to have a motorcycle,
Uh,
and one of the reason he got rid of it was like he was in a bike club, and
mm.
his club leader got killed. Like
Whoa,
I think what happened was like somebody was on the road. It was like dark, and like that car stopped for whatever reason, and they just left it in the middle of the road, but they didn't turn on any of the lights or anything. So by the time he seen that car there, it's too late.
dang,
And
dang,
yeah, if you
wow,
hit something with a motorcycle, yeah, you're done for.
the pressure. Wow.
Like I wouldn't take it on no highway or nothing. I would just like go to Chipotle's or something local,
Yeah,
like just
something local. Yeah, man. Whew.
the storms out here got me paranoid too. Like we be having like those tornado type of weather, hail storms. Like, what do you
Yeah,
do?
I couldn't see myself riding a bike in that weather.
Hmm.
Uh, let alone a car. Like,
Oh yeah,
I hate it when it rains like super hard out here, and I gotta drive. It's so annoying because nobody knows how to drive.
yeah. At least in a car, you can pull over and just chill in the car. With a
Right.
motorcycle, you're just getting
Yep.
hit by hail or whatever. So,
Yep. Yep. Exactly. There's no escaping it. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like there's a lot of benefits to having a car.
oh yeah, there is. It's like crazy how creative we have to start getting those, because everything's so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it just comes down to being smart. I think
Yeah.
like you got to be smart with what you have. Just like with anything really. Like we
Yeah.
talked about this a lot of times. Like just because you're getting a paycheck doesn't mean it'll last you a long time, or
Mhm.
you know try to save as much as you can, because like things come
Yeah,
up and
you know what's so
yeah,
crazy is a lot of companies they're trying to force their employees back in the office. Like Elon Musk, if you don't come in and work 40, you're
yeah.
fired.
But why though?
So
Like
yeah,
what's the benefit? Like why force somebody if you've been productive for the past 2 years, right? And you've been working from
yeah.
home and stuff. Why? Why make somebody come into the office?
I guess because they pay for the office space, and in their mind, they say like, oh, it makes people more collaborative and productive or whatever. But
No, I think you just want to keep track of people. The people that come in, what time they come in, what they're
you
doing,
know, remote
micromanage.
is really gonna be, when these gas prices like like $8 or $9. Imagine if you have to drive 30 minutes to work.
Oh no,
You know what I
I would
mean?
be upset. I would be highly upset if I had to drive to work and drive home and still
Yeah,
cook
exactly.
and do everything else. No, I no. Yeah,
Exactly. Like, that's why, what I'm saying, the one job that I'm the offer from, I'm kind of like, do I really want to take it? Because I have to actually go in, but it's only like a 15-minute drive, so that's, I guess, somewhat doable. But remote is just so much more flexible.
you gotta weigh the pros and the cons. Like for me, like I have a system that works for me. You know,
Yeah.
I can wake up in the morning. I can go to the gym, easy access to the gym. Come back upstairs, go on my morning run. Like I'm not tripping over
Hmm.
the little things or whatever. It's real easy for me to do my thing. If I had to get into a car and drive, I had to factor in all that stuff.
Yeah.
It becomes a problem now. You know?
Plus it might be difficult when you need the flexibility of like say your sister needs you to pick her up at
Yeah,
3 o'clock
yeah,
or something.
exactly, exactly. That's the issue. It's like then everything becomes topsy turvy and a problem, because now I have to factor in getting off work, or if my sister has to go to work and I have to go to work. So how does she get to work?
Right.
It's like it's a problem.
I
It's a
think a
problem.
lot of these it seems like it's a lot of the bigger companies want to twist the arms.
Okay. Hello.
And this internet connection is just atrocious, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I got AT&T, man. It's awful.
Yeah, I have AT&T fiber also. I'm not sure why it's messing up. Um,
Yeah, it's
but yeah, we could pack it up here because I think it's
yeah,
past 45 minutes. I think we had a
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good episode regardless of the problems.
yeah, yeah. We'll catch y'all next time.
All right,
Peace.
peace.